everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, a little bit of a different setup. I'm not in Sydney, I am in the Greek island of Paros. So my wife and I came here for about 10 days just to have some time off. And whilst here, I thought it'd probably be a good idea to show you how I bring my camera equipment with me, because obviously whenever I go anywhere, I will always bring a camera and all the associated stuff that goes with it. And I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to make this video to show you what I bring with me in my bag, and more importantly, how I pack things, because not everything can go into your bag just because of restrictions of what you can fly with, etc. So we'll go through all of this stuff. So first of all, I think one of the really important things to cover off when traveling with camera equipment is bags. Now, primarily, I travel with two bags. The other one that is not here is the Think Tank Hard Drive version 2, I think it's called. I've had this for a while, and I think that they're still selling it. I'll have a look if they've got a latest version of it, and I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. That is a great bag, but it's a lot bigger than this one here. And so when you're traveling, depending on the destination that you're going, you will have different restrictions. So in order for us to fly here, we had to book a flight with one of the European budget airlines. And if you've ever traveled with one of those, and I'm talking about airlines like EasyJet or Ryanair, then when you buy a ticket on those airlines, essentially what you get is you get your ticket for your seat, and then you get to carry what they call a personal item, which is essentially a bag that will fit underneath the seat in front of you. And that's not just to measure the size of the package. It will actually need to travel underneath the seat in front of you. They do have overhead compartments, but if you want to use those you have to pay for those. And because I normally have one backpack and one bag that I check in, I'd rather travel light, and so I don't use the overhead compartments. But let's talk about what goes into this bag first, and then I'll give you the reasoning behind it as well. So first of all, this bag is a bag by a company called Vanguard. I've had this for a couple of years. I'll just take that out. I've had this for a couple of years, and this bag fits perfectly. Like, it goes right up to the limits of what you're allowed to take, which is why I really like the bag. And also, it doesn't have a lot of pockets on the outside of the bag. So you've only got a little pocket up here, and then you've got two pockets on the side, which go really flush when they're empty. But they do expand, as you can see. I just had a water bottle in there, so it will easily fit a water bottle, and there's even room for one of those big 1 liter bottles as well. But when you don't have anything in there, it goes nice and flush, so they don't really give you any grief when they see you with this bag. All of the room in this bag is essentially inside in the compartments, whereas other bags sometimes will have big pockets on the outside, which take up essential overall space in the bag, and sort of at the expense of what the inside of the bag. So let me show you what I've got in this bag. Also, just on a side note, why I like this bag, again, I'll put links to all of this stuff, affiliate links in the description of the video if you want to check it out. But it opens up from the back, so if you are carrying this with you, it is a more secure backpack, because whereas most backpacks will open up from the front, I suppose somebody could, reach into your bag while you've got it on without you noticing. But these ones here open up from the back, and it's also got this thing here, which is you can stick it onto the handle of a carrying bag like this one here. So then the whole thing sits on there, and it's nice and secure. Okay, let's open this thing, and I'll show you what I've got inside here. First of all, I want to go cameras. Now, I can't show you the camera that I brought because I'm using it to record this one here, but I brought the R5 C, and I brought this one because it's an excellent hybrid camera. It shoots great video and amazing photos, but obviously you bring whatever camera you have. But what I want to talk about is lens choice, because this is really important, and I'll get to why in a second. So there's two lenses that I travel with every single time. The lens that I've got on there right now, which is the 24-105 f4, the Canon lens. And I realized that a lot of you may be thinking, why wouldn't you have the 24-70, which is an f2.8, which is a lot faster, lets in more light, and also you get a nicer bokeh. The reason for that is that, first of all, the 24-105 gets me that little bit more of a reach. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but from 70 to 105, it actually gives you quite a lot more reach as well. And so at the expense of the aperture, I'd rather have that one lens that I can just put on, and it can just be like an overall lens that I can do pretty much anything with it. So I can zoom in, I can get wide shots, and it means that I don't have to be taking the lens on and off the camera, because in a lot of places that I go to, it can be dusty, it can be, there's a lot of humidity, there could be water being splashed around, and so the least amount of time that I have to take that lens off the camera and put another one on means that I get less dirt on the sensor and less chance of damaging the sensor as well. So that's the one lens that comes with me every single time. The other lens that I like is, let me just look for it, I've got it in here somewhere, okay, which is this one here. This is the 28mm f2.8 pancake lens. And the reason I like this is because, and I had made a video about this before, is the size. When you put that on the camera, you've got a tiny little setup. And now if you're going somewhere but you don't want to carry a big bulging camera, you got for dinner, for example, then this lens is perfect, because you can go out, you can still take some nice wide shots. And because I've got the R5 C, which is a 45 megapixel camera, it allows me to crop in. So essentially I can still take a 28mm shot, and I can make it look like a 50, for example, and not lose that much resolution. So I will always have that lens and this lens with me. And then I have to make a decision. Do I bring the 70-200, okay, which is this one here, because I did bring it in this case, which is this one here. And this is always like a big decision for me, because it just weighs so much. It's really big. It takes up loads of room in the bag, but primarily it's just really heavy. And so if I don't know how much this weighs, it probably weighs a couple of kilos. So if I don't have to bring this, then I won't, because like I said, I've got the 24-105. It sounds like a lot, but going from 105 to 200 doesn't give you as much reach as you think it would. It's way more apparent at the wider end, but as you start getting longer and longer lenses, it becomes less apparent. So anyway, if I'm traveling to somewhere like, say, Amsterdam, then I don't bring this, because there's nothing really that far away that I want to take pictures of, like mountains and things like that. So for the trip that obviously for Greece, I'm going to Athens for a few days after this. And so there's a lot of things that I want to shoot from far away, like the Acropolis and a few other things. And so for that reason, I did bring that lens. So that lens goes with me. Now, all of the stuff that I'm showing you at the moment goes into the backpack, okay? We're going to get to another bag in a second. So in there, I've got the lens and the camera. I've got another backup camera as well. This is the little Olympus on the EM5. I've had this for years and years, and it's a great little camera. I've got a 17mm lens, which is the equivalent of a, I think it's a 35mm on full sensor, f2.8. And the reason I have this is that sometimes I will want to go out with minimal equipment, and something like this will actually fit in, like I can put it in a little bag and just carry it around. And I'm not too bothered if something happens to the camera. It's really old, and but it takes great shots as well. And I prefer having a camera over a phone anytime, because I still think we're not at the point where a phone will beat a camera when you're pixel peeping, and when you're zooming into things. I think that a dedicated camera will still give you much more detail. I'm sorry if you can hear all the noise in the background. I've got next to a car park. So if I'm not trying to attract too much attention to myself, I will have this and a couple of batteries for this, which are all in here. So this is my little pouch where I have all of my batteries for both the Olympus and for the Canon. And what I was saying before about the camera doesn't really have any pockets inside, apart from this one pocket here for a laptop or an iPad. And so what I do instead is I have these little pouches, and so I can put these inside. But essentially, if I don't want to have any pouches like this one here, I still have all of the other room in the bag available for whatever I want. So it's quite very customizable, this bag. Okay, so I've got that. I've got the lenses in here. I've got a couple of microphones, which is one that I'm wearing here, and the receiver that's on onto the camera. The little Rode, I think they're called Travel Goes 2 or something like that. I've also got in here a battery pack. So this is just like a normal power brick that you have, but with a battery. And what I like about these ones is that this one has a USB-C and a USB-A port. It's also got a couple of these little ports, which are the sort of all traditional ports. I'm not sure if you can see that there. The all sort of traditional round, like a laptop ones. I like this pack also because on the side of it, it's also got D-tap as well. So D-tap is used for some of the, like if you go to a studio, you'll find that a lot of lights and a lot of the studio equipment will actually run off a D-tap. It's like a universal power sort of adapter. And it's got V-mount as well. So this actually works on all of my lights as well, on my video lights and production lights, V-mount. But it's a tiny, tiny little one. It's got 50, what is it, 50, not kilowatts, I think it's 50 watts of power. So when you're traveling, and this is really important, but when you're flying with battery packs, there's a limit on the size of battery packs that you can carry. So and the limit is 100, which is why when you go out looking for batteries like this one, you will see that you often get sizes like 50 and then it's 99. So they want to make sure that they get something that's just underneath the limit, which is really, really important, because again, at 100, they may actually not let you on board with the battery pack. But these ones here are really, really good. And also something that I just forgot to mention is that they've got a thing called PD, power delivery, which means that it puts out enough power that it can actually run a laptop, or in this case, it can actually run my camera as well. So really, really good power bank. I do have another power bank as well by a company called Anker, and it's also very, very good. It's a little bit bigger than this one. I think it's something like a 75. But I'll put the model and all the stuff again on the screen, and then in the description as well if you're interested. I give that other one to my wife, and then we both have one of those each, so she can charge her laptop, I can put my laptop, and there's no fights. I've also got a little pouch here with all of my SD cards and little travel sort of cleaning cloths. I've got my camera strap. This is my favorite camera strap, and it's made by I think it's made by Peak Design. I think it is. Yes, it is. It's a Peak Design one, and it's got the fast clipping on system, the little clips that go on and off. So that's a really good strap. Also, it's really, really thick, and this holds the shape. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's really soft on the back of your neck as well, so it doesn't really irritate the back of your neck. So this is something that I carry with me. I should point out that also on the front of the bag, you know what, let me come back to that. I want to show you this other stuff as well. So this really, really important. This is, I've gone through so many of these. These are travel adapters. So this basically allows you to plug in. Hopefully you can see that. See that? Hopefully that's focused there. So you can plug in anything in there, and then you've got these little slides where you can pop out, and you can see that you got every type of, I'll just pop this one back in, but every type of adapter or PowerPoint type for the rest of the world. And so you can plug basically anything into anything with these ones. And I've gone through 20 of these in the past. This one here has lasted, I've had this, I don't know, 5 years I think it is. I think this is the best one that you can get. I don't know who makes this, but I'll work it out and I'll put it in the description. The other thing that I have is I have an Insta360 camera, which is somewhere in here as well. It's somewhere in here, and I can't find it because I took it out, and there it is. It's an Insta360. This is an X4. This is the old one. So I have that with me as well in the bag, and then also a little pocket, the Osmo as well, that I used to film some stuff as well as part of the videos. So that is pretty much everything that goes with me on the plane. Okay, so in the cabin itself. And you don't want to check in anything that is valuable as part of your luggage, because luggage gets lost. So I know that if they lose my bag, which has happened in the past, when I get to my destination, at the very least, I've got everything that I need here to take photographs. And so I will pack this. And also the other thing is that you need to make sure that you don't put anything in the check-in luggage that's got rechargeable batteries. That's actually illegal. So if it's got a battery, you need to put it into a bag. And that is something also that I've used as not an excuse, but it's a reason when anyone maybe approaches me as I'm lining up to check in for the flight. If they look at me and they think that the bag is too heavy, the only thing that you have to say is, I've got rechargeable lithium batteries in here, and typically that's the end of the conversation. They'll just let you get on because they can't check them into the cargo bay. So that's what I have with me. I'm going to zip this up, and I'm going to show you something on the front of this bag, which is the other thing that I have with me. Actually, it's on the back of the bag, which is here. This is the Peak Design clip, which is used to mount the camera onto the front of on the strap of the bag. This is actually really useful because a lot of the times the bag itself is quite heavy when you've got all of this equipment with you, but when you have a way on the back of the camera pushing in that direction, and then you've got this with the camera pushing in the front, it kind of balances out as well, and so you get it's a much more balanced weight on your back, and it doesn't hurt as much, or it doesn't tire you as much as if you've got everything just on the back of the bag. The other thing I wanted to show you is this little zipper. I love this because there is your battery, your camera compartment. So when you've got your camera in here, you don't have to take the camera out, or the camera, you don't have to open the back of the camera bag in order to get the camera out. You can just open the top, pull the camera, and then just put it back in when you're finished. Okay, that is the backpack. Oh, Apple tag, very important. Put an Apple tag. Okay, always have an Apple tag on all of your bags. That way you can track them if something goes wrong. The other bag that I have is just a little carry-on. This is it. So when I travel, this carries my clothes, that carries my photography equipment. However, I will also, in this one here, put a few extra things. Now, if this goes missing, and I don't have these things that I'm going to show you when I get to my destination, it's not the end of the world. And that's why I like to split things up. If everything fits in the backpack, I will put it in there, but there's some reasons, not only just the weight, I'm going to go through those in a second, but as to why I put things in here. So let me just start off with the first few things. So I've got a little pouch here, and in that little pouch, I've got a little travel tripod. This is a great little tripod, just a little desktop tripod, but I don't like to carry this in the bag because I don't want anyone giving me excuses saying that I could use this as a weapon. And so for that reason, that goes in this bag and it gets checked in. The other thing that I've got in here is a little multi-tool. For the same reason, I don't want anyone giving me grief saying that I could, use this little screwdrivers, and there's no knives or anything like that on this, but it's got Allen keys and screwdrivers. But I suppose that if someone wanted to use this as a weapon, they probably could. So I don't want anyone, again, giving me grief. And so this goes into the bag here. And that's got screwdrivers, Allen keys, and I think what else does it have? Basically anything that you need in order to either tighten up a tripod, put on a tripod plate, screwdriver for whatever, anything that goes loose. So it's a little multi-tool, but it's specifically designed for camera equipment, and this is made by SMALLRIG. So I'm a big fan of SMALLRIG. And here again, some more little tools for the Peak Design system. I've got some cables in there as well, and that goes into this little pouch. Travel tripod plates as well, that goes in there as well. The other thing that I have is I've got this thing here, which is the pole for the Insta360. Again, that goes in here for security reasons. The other thing that I have, let me just put it away, is chargers. Okay, so chargers go into the bag as well. You might be thinking, well, hang on a second, if you lose the charger, then you can't charge your battery. The R5 C will actually charge through the USB-C port on the side of it, and it charges really quickly. So it's not the end of the world if I lose that. The Olympus one, yeah, a little bit more of a problem, but the batteries for those ones, I buy new batteries for the Olympus every time we go away. They're really cheap. I just get the aftermarket ones, and once I charge them, typically I don't recharge them again for just the entire trip. I usually use the 2 batteries that are fully charged. It just doesn't use that much battery because I don't shoot video with it. I only shoot stills. So that's the chargers. Then I've got filters, tons of filters actually. A lot of filters. Let me just show you all the filters that I bring. And I've got some Nisi filters. This is a what's this? This is a grad filter. I've got the what's this one? This is a what's this one? That's oh, that's just I think it's a 6-stop filter on this one here. And then I've got a polarizer filter. I have a black mist filter. I have a polarizer. Did I say polarizer? No, that's it. That's the polarizer. That is the gradual ND on that one. And then I've got a big stopper, which is a 10 stopper. So if I want to do things like you know, take shots of the sea and then get everything sort of smoothed down in a long exposure, then this is the one to go. And I will post, I might actually do a little bit of a video when I'm doing some of those shots. We'll see how we go. Anyway, so those are the filters there. This is the filter holder as well. That is for these, the square ones as well. I prefer square filters still. I know that people like the magnetic ones, but I still like the square ones. I just find them better quality overall, I think. So we've got those ones. Then little bits and pieces. These are little brackets and stuff for the Insta360 and sort of holders for the iPhone as well to mount it onto my tripod. And we've got that. And then we've got, okay, so this is really, really cool. So this is a power brick. This doesn't have a battery. This is just something that you plug into the wall, and then on the back of it, you've got one USB-A, a USB, and two USB-Cs. And one of those USB-Cs is a fast charging port. I think it's 65 watts. So again, this will charge, actually won't just charge, it'll run a laptop, and it will also run my camera as well if I don't want to use batteries. This is, I guess it's got almost the same power as the one in my MacBook. However, it's probably about 1/3 of the size, and really, really good quality. This is again from Anker. Now, this one I forgot to mention, this does go into the backpack. So that goes in with me with the backpack. And then after that, I've just got a stack of, you know, power cords for the chargers, and that's pretty much it. Now, the other thing that I didn't show you is I've got a travel tripod there. It's probably the best travel tripod that I've ever had. It's made by, who's it made by? That's the Ulanzi Zero. I have made a video about this. I'll put a link somewhere in the description here or in the description of the video. And it's not perfect, but it is by far the best travel tripod that I think you can get today. And it's a reasonably priced, not cheap, but it's reasonably priced. And often you can get those on discount. But that's pretty much it for the stuff that I bring. My wife will say that is enough, that's way too much, but I would have liked to have brought more, but I just can't fit it anywhere, and so I didn't. But it gets me through what I need to do and what I like to do on these holidays, because it's not just about coming over for a holiday and taking snapshots. Whilst I'm here, I'm also producing other videos, or I might be taking a lot of stock imagery as well, which I then put up for sale. And so for me, it's a little bit of work and a little bit of play as well. So I need to make sure that I've got the right tools in order to do what I need to do. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to make a quick video, very unscripted. So I'm sorry if you can hear noises in the background as well. But if you've got any questions about anything that I covered here today, just let me know. Put them in the comment section of the video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions where I can. And if you like this video and you want to support me, you can do so by clicking the like button. It's completely free, and you know what, I would really appreciate it if you did that, because it makes a huge difference to me, also to the channel as well. So if you did that, I'd be very grateful. But other than that, that's everything that I wanted to share with you. I will be making some more videos, no doubt, of Greece here while I'm traveling through here. And you know, if I come across any interesting scenarios that are you know, it takes a little bit of thinking about or approaches in order to take photos, I will be recording some of those, and I'm sure that I'll have some more videos for you to watch. So if you want to see those, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back and watch the rest of them. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.